Let's take a live look outside right now from the Mission Ridge camera and check the forecast with meteorologist Cedric Haynes, who has been watching the radar. Cedric.
Yeah, we've got some of those clouds beginning to get a little vertical depth. That's an indication that we are seeing some of these pop-up showers and storms beginning to develop. Let me take it down here over northeast Alabama, heading into northwest Georgia. You can see a pretty decent thunderstorm drifting towards the south. It's between Valley Head and Summerville now, continuing to make its way south along the Georgia-Alabama line. But we could see a few more downpours, some popping up now to the east of Tryon and over towards the Summerville area as well. So we'll keep an eye on that also as we make our way on through the rest of the morning here. So as we take a look at what's going on here off towards the north, you'll be able to see we've got a couple of more pop-up showers and downpours over towards the Blue Ridge in western North Carolina, also over towards portions of eastern Tennessee. So this is going to be kind of the zone that we're going to be watching for as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon. Again, some of those downpours beginning to also pop up over portions of the Blue Ridge here around Blue Ridge itself, Fannin County, and over towards portions of Gilmer County. And we'll likely see more of that as we go throughout the afternoon. So future scan, taking the radar and projecting it out about an hour, showing more of this activity expanding back to the north and west. So basically the trend will be for activity to develop down here towards the south and east and drift to the north and west as we go throughout the rest of this afternoon. Here's the kind of weather setup that's causing all the rainfall. Big area of high pressure off the southeast coast, giving us that southerly flow that's pumping in some of the deeper moisture off of the Gulf of Mexico. We're waiting for this front to move south to give us some better rain chances, and you can kind of see the clouds and the moisture coming in out of the Gulf of Mexico, kind of leading up to this frontal zone. So as these two become closer together in the next couple of days, that's going to again increase our chance for rainfall. So here's the latest with Futurecast here, kind of painting this out for you hour by hour. You'll be able to see, again, we've got the pop-ups out there now. They'll continue to grow and expand through the afternoon, first across the east, and then some of that activity will begin to drift back towards the west as we go into later this afternoon into the evening hours. Again, it will be scattered in nature, but there will likely be some pretty good downpours showing up, especially across portions of North Georgia and northeast Alabama. That will fade out tonight as we lose the daytime heating. Can't rule out a shower completely during the overnight hours as we're going to have a front approaching the area. That front will settle across the region as we go throughout your Wednesday, so I think even better chance of showers and thunderstorms will be developing across the area. Now, as this front kind of sits across the region and these downpours occur, some of this rainfall could be locally on the heavy side. So the potential of seeing excessive rainfall, or what I like to call an elevated flood risk, is mainly off to our north and west as you get towards Nashville and points to the north into Kentucky, where they obviously don't need to see much in the way of any heavy rainfall. But that is going to be a pattern that we're watching, because on Wednesday, notice how that area shifts down towards the south and east. And notice, yeah, even here in the Tennessee Valley, we're going to have to watch out for that potential of some locally heavy rainfall. That means those rainfall rates, basically indication that we could see heavy rainfall in a short period of time, and that water has nowhere to go. So obviously if it can't soak into the ground, it runs off, and that's how you get flash flooding, especially if you get repeated areas of storms moving over some of the same spots. So on average, rainfall totals looking about a half an inch to an inch of rainfall across the area through about Thursday, but that's on average. Some pockets of locally heavier rainfall will definitely be possible, and we'll be tracking these fronts pushing to the south as we go towards the weekend, because that will usher in some drier, more refreshing air, and that will set us up for a fairly nice weekend with temperatures in the 80s for highs, lows in the 50s and 60s, and yeah, without that humidity, it's going to feel almost like fall. So a mix of sun and clouds out there right now. We have a temperature of 85 degrees. It's hot, it's humid, and it'll stay that way here over the next several days. Your Storm Alert 7-day forecast, 90s to the 80s heading into the weekend. And yeah, I'll tell you what, that humidity on the lower side as well, Latrice.
That's some good news there. Thank you, Cedric.